Potential link between 3 serious crimes and 3 masked men.
2 Columbia Mall restaurants closed their doors once again, weeks after the health department closed them for the first time.
And 1 Mid-Missouri family gets a helping hand. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
The investigation continues tonight to find out who's responsible for 2 home invasions plus a case of robbery and assault in Columbia. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reek.
And I'm Danny Spiewak. We're talking about 3 different crimes that were all committed by 3 masked men within about 4 miles of each other. The Columbia Police Department responded to the home invasions, and the Boone County Sheriff's Department responded to the robbery assault, so no connection was initially made. Today, KOMU 8 questioned the 2 departments to see if the 2 incidents could be related.
The first crime occurred Saturday night. Police officers were dispatched to 2 home invasions in the 4000 block of Oakland Gravel Road. 3 armed suspects wearing black masks and black clothing forced their way into the apartments, demanding money and property. They stole the items and ran off. No one was hurt. The second crime was a robbery and assault near Rocky Fork Drive in Maple Court Monday night. A man was walking to his car when he was approached by 3 black males wearing hoodies and bandanas. The men assaulted the victim and took off with his property. The victim was taken to the hospital, treated, and has been released. No one has been caught. KOMU 8's Stacy Welsh has been talking to investigators all day to find out if the same people are responsible for the crimes, and she is now live at the scene where the victim was attacked with an update. Stacy.
Jim, I'm here at the intersection of Rocky Fork Drive and Maple Court, where 3 suspects assaulted a man as he was walking to his car. Reporting live in Boone County, Stacy Welsh, KOMU 8 News.
2 Columbia Mall restaurants closed after inspectors found cockroaches in the kitchen are closed again, this time by their corporate offices. Stir Fry 88 and Famous Cajun Grill won't open until new management takes over. We're told the operators didn't run the restaurants up to standards. Earlier this month, the Boone County Health Department closed the restaurants after each failed health code inspections. The Health Department conducted 2 re-inspections.
The closing inspections were conducted on October the 8th in the afternoon, and a re-inspection was conducted earlier in the day on October the 9th, and then they were able to reopen satisfactorily late afternoon on October the 9th.
The mall isn't sure when the restaurants will reopen. It depends on when the corporations find new operators.
Well, weather-wise, let's take another look at what is left of Tropical Storm Sandy, or Subtropical Storm Sandy at this point.
Thank you, Dave. Volunteers from all over Missouri left Columbia this morning and headed to areas affected by Hurricane Sandy. Missouri Task Force 1 took just 3 hours to activate overnight. About 80 skilled workers from across the state are heading east to help storm victims. The River City Habitat for Humanity dedicated a rehabilitated home in Jefferson City today. River City Habitat for Humanity is a Christian housing ministry. Volunteers work with eligible low-income families to build quality, low-cost houses. Funds and building materials are donated by individuals, churches, businesses, and other organizations.
So the families that we partner with very often have full-time jobs. They drive city bus or work at the prison or work at a store locally, but they can't afford or can't get traditional financing to purchase a home.
KOMU 8's Mingti Shu went to the dedication and is live right now in front of the new home. Mingti.
On the new home, reporting live in Jefferson City, Mingti Shu, KOMU 8 News.
It's a rivalry that dates back to 1981, and the 2 schools haven't played each other in the playoffs since the 80s. But this Friday it will happen again, and fans couldn't be more excited.
It will be a madhouse if they just limit it to 6,000 people, you know, and both teams want to win.
Hazel is one of many fans planning to attend the game, but the question is, will Hickman High School's accommodations make that possible for everyone? Both schools, Hickman and Rockbridge, received 3,000 tickets today and sold more than half already. If all 6,000 tickets sell, the athletic department at Hickman plans to put in temporary bleachers. The athletic director says the number of bleachers will be determined by the number of tickets sold. KOMU 8's Morgan Stevens is live at Hickman High School with the details.
The CUPE football team is prepping for Friday night's game, and the Hickman administration is doing their own kind of prep. Now, we spoke to the Rockbridge administration later and found out they had sold about 700 tickets by lunchtime. So we know that right now they're about just over 1,500 tickets. Reporting live from Hickman High School, Morgan Stevens, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, the Bruins and the Cupies, Friday night at 7 o'clock. Turning things around.
What one candidate for representative says he's learned from going door to door and what he plans to change if he's elected.
We've gone through some chilly days. In fact, I think we've forgotten the normal high temperature this time of the year is about 62. And we're going to be getting back to that level pretty quick. That's coming up next on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with Chief Weathercaster Dave Schmidt.
Good evening to you. Good looking Tuesday evening. Here's a look at the Lake of the Ozarks on our First Alert Skycam down there.
Thank you. He put his name on the ballot the last day possible.
To keep the former representative from getting the job again, we'll introduce you to one of the state representative's candidates after the break. Tonight, we continue KOMU 8's Smart Decision 2012 election coverage with another interview from the state representative race. In District 60, serving the Jefferson City area, Democrat Thomas Menahan has been a Jefferson City resident since 1976. He studied history and political science at Lincoln University and graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in 2007. Menahan is a retired railroad conductor. He spent 25 years working for Missouri Pacific and Union Pacific Railroad. KOMU 8's Nicole Cartmel met with Menahan to discuss his bid for the Missouri legislature.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports with Chris Gervino.
Christian Fellowship 19-0 and heading to the National High School Championship in Tennessee. That is sports.
Hey, let's recap that weather for you. We're going to get down to about 30 degrees for an overnight low tonight with a partly cloudy sky. Then check out those high temperatures for the next several days, gradually warming up to what is average and then some, back into the 60s by the weekend.
Remember, you can always go to KOMU.com 24/7 for the latest news, weather, and sports. And Saturday night when you go to bed,
move that clock back.
Oh, good thing you said that. I would definitely.
We don't want you to be late for the sports show or early.
Right.
Or
I'll be happy to fall back an hour. Trust me.
Yeah, we all will.
You
bet. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.